Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play the 4 Heroes of Might! I've already got the Bailey curse, dude. For boss time! Against Satan himself. Now, one thing I changed since last time was I actually decided to give Lux to Aire because at the start of the fight, Satan starts immune to magical attacks. Only physical attacks are going to be able to damage him at this point. So that's why I've got the Sword of Light and the Glimmer gauntlets to make Brandt's attack as light elemental as possible, because you can't do that with Mystic Sword and Banish or whatever there. But anyway, okay, we got our buffs going. Let's get healed up there with Yunita there. And for now, I just want Aire to boost to get some of her AP back before I start buffing up to cast magic soon. You'll see why in just a moment, viewers. And there's also a good reason why I made Brandt into a spell fencer instead of the hero job class. But anyway, yeah, we still want to get all of our buffs set up with Jusqua as usual. Get spell focus going there. And might as well throw in a little poison pill damage while we're at it. Okay, we're fully buffed up now. Now watch this after the round is over. Okay, so he switches stances. What that means is now, well, as you saw, he's immune to physical attacks. You gotta use magical attacks. That's why I've got Brandt as a spell fencer, even though I can't use Mystic or Magic Sword here. Well, I could, it wouldn't make a difference though. But this way, he can switch to Magic Infuse to deal a lot of damage there. Yeah, look at that damage. Holy cow. But yeah, the hero job class, the tier 2 ability is called Wrath, but it's not nearly as powerful as Magic Infuse. So that's why I like using the Spell Fencer class over the hero job class. But yeah, I mean, the hero job class can work. The tier 2 ability is called Wrath, if I recall correctly, for the hero class. But alright, we got him. So yeah, I decided not to spell focus for another Banishra spell because, well, I figured we almost had him based on how the music was doing. Keep on using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. At least all these bosses seem to be in shock and disbelief. Hey, alright. So is everything going to be the way it was before? Or is it going to be like an Illusion of Gaia sort of thing? Holy cow, that game was a mind trip. But anyway, yeah, in order to go to the domain of the bad guys, the real bad guy, well, we need to use Cetus to get there. We can't simply fly there. Well, you can, but it won't do much good. But anyway, we got the Dark Fencer's job class that I'll never use. But basically, it's like Dark Knight from other Final Fantasy games. You sacrifice some of your health in order to deal more damage. What the? It was the parrot all along! Oh, okay. So that's how you managed to escape being petrified, huh? Oh, I thought the world was back to the way it was before, though. And I guess there's still time warping or whatever's going on here. Oh, okay, great. So what is that big ball of purple light you got behind you anyway? I don't know. Well, thanks for the warp to get out of this dungeon, even though it's, what, 2 screens, maybe 3 to get out of here? I forget exactly. But whatever. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Remember when we first recruited Jusqua, he came with a fire tome, despite the fact that, that magic was supposedly banned in the kingdom. Holy cow! But anyway, okay, we're done here. Let's get out of here and see what reward the king can give to us. We've got a lot of preparations to make. Well, maybe not a lot, but there are some new things that I want to get and rearrange my inventory a bit. Well, the king was possessed by a demon or something. What's your excuse? I was half expecting the minister to be like, oh, you defeated the demons. Damn it. I mean, good. Ah, okay, well, if you insist. Oh, hey, alright. When you said us, I thought you meant all of us, not you and the soldiers or whatever. But anyway, is it the most powerful spell in the game? Spoiler alert, it is! It's even more powerful than Magic Might. Desolator has a magic attack power of 30, which is huge, and hits the enemy 6 times. And that is basically going to be the bulk of my damage for destroying bosses. And we really need it because the bosses get a lot of HP at this point. Oh yeah. Well, maybe we could pay him a visit. Sure, why not? But anyway, okay, we're all done with our business. At the castle, at least, here. Now we need to... Well, I want to stop by the storage shop to get rid of some stuff and put some stuff back in. And then, well, take out some of the spells I actually do need. I'm not going to worry about my job classes and abilities right now. I just want to get the inventory stuff taken care of first. Well, someone's got to save the world. I mean, who else is going to be casting Desolator? Yeah, it's basically a meteor spell, pretty much, as far as, like, the animation and stuff goes. It does have a pretty wide range of damage, but it's still really, really good. Well, Yunita, it's like I always say, only fools have no fear. But we just go along in spite of it. But anyway, okay, let's see. Now, someone was asking me, H.C. Bailey, why do you remove certain equipment before equipping new ones? And, well, the reason I do that is because whenever you're going to deposit something into the storage there, the game won't let you do it if it's already equipped, to prevent you from accidentally dropping it off, I suppose. So that's why I'm doing that. I figure, hey, let's just deposit all the stuff first, clear the inventory space, then get the good stuff out of there. But anyway, okay, yeah, let's offload all that stuff that we got from the last dungeon there. Yeah, I won a lot of high potions from the enemies in the last 2 dungeons there. Now, let's see. I don't need my items right now for Yunita. Well, you'll see. I don't want to spoil things. But anyway, let's see. We can get rid of everything here except Desolator. Everything else I want to hold on to. I still want to keep Aire on the Paladin armor, though, because the next fights are going to hurt. But let's see. I do want to get a Blizzara Tome for her, but that's the only elemental spell that I'm remotely concerned about. We also want Flame Shield and Rock Shield coming up for everyone except Brandt, who I'm still going to keep equipped with the Shield of Light there, so I don't need to give him an elemental shield. Whoops! I need to get some elemental gauntlets, though, for Brandt, so that way he will still be able to deal decent damage in the fights coming up here. So yeah, I'm not going to give him the Cape of Light. I'm still going to hold on to that for Aire there, as well as the... What was the other thing I had? The Scholar Robe. But I'm not going to use the Scholar Robe during boss fights, because she would take way too much damage with that equipped instead of the Paladin armor. And by the way, Satan, when you saw him using those physical attacks, he probably would have killed Aire if I did not upgrade my armor. But now they finally give us access to wind shields. I don't know why they waited so long to do it, but here it is. And for the final dungeon, you want to have at least 2 torches at all times. Because, well, it's pretty dark in there, and the final dungeon was where I first learned, hey, torches can go out eventually if you just walk around forever and don't bother making a pit stop or something. We're going to have to make a few trips in and out of there, because the dungeon is huge. Not quite as huge as Forbidden Land Eureka, but still pretty big. And the random encounters there can get a little high sometimes. But we'll deal with this one step at a time. Okay, so we're done here. Well, let's pay a visit to Roland at Spelvia there. Maybe he's got some last minute advice. Oh yeah, I just noticed as I was going through the inventory there, we got the master key there that we used to get into the basement of the Witch's Mansion, but it also has another use. I forget how we're supposed to know what the other use is for it. I think there's an NPC somewhere that says something about it. I forget exactly, but I'll at least briefly point it out. But we're not going to be doing that right now. Or putting the master key to use there. Anyway, does Roland have any new items for us? Or, I mean, he did kind of break the curse with a word. Thanks. Huh? Oh, I haven't been there yet, but we heard something was going on. Well, I'll swallow your soul. Oh, yeah, we already got that. I like how they handle the legendary stuff in this game. I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but it is really, really good. And yeah, there's very little that I would remotely consider better than that, if at all. Yeah, the Sword of Light is really, really good. That's another reason why I wanted to upgrade that instead of like a Mitsuno Kami, because all the other elements I can just use a Spell Fence or Gauntlets to exploit, while light elemental attacks are kind of hard to pull off like that. Without the Sword of Light, that is. But yeah, we'll go there. We'll take care of business. No problem. I wouldn't worry about dark elemental stuff, though. There's not enough enemies that are weak to that to be a concern. But, okay. Well, thanks for the words of encouragement, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I should equip the stuff that I actually pulled out of inventory. We don't need a shield for Jusqua. He's going to be in the support role as usual. But we do want to equip the flame shields on everyone there. Because, well, you'll see when we get there. Let's see, there's one more thing I want to buy at Urbeth there before taking off. But since I gotta go there anyway to do something else, I'm going to, well, in order to get to the final dungeon, we need to get Cetus. So let's go back to Liberté, because that's where it got dropped off when I used the Dragon Wing after defeating Leviathan there. You can see it on the map there by Liberté. That's where it is on the world map. Yeah, it just gets dropped off here when you warped back or something. So you'll never get permanently stuck out of that. Like you go somewhere, warp back, and then you can't find your ship now. Oh, what's that guy doing there? Well, anyway, yeah, this is one of what I call post-game towers. There's 4 of them around the world. And they have new job classes, well, not obscenely powerful equipment, but they do have some stuff that may be more powerful than the stuff we have now. And I consider it post-game because the bosses and random enemies are immensely tougher than the stuff you're going to find in the main storyline. So it's not directly a post-game, but it's just anything tougher than what we find in the main storyline is what I consider post-game. So yeah, we're going to save that for later. You could do it now if you want and be obscenely overpowered. I don't think that's necessary though. Hopefully you've upgraded your Paladin armors by now. Because yeah, they are really going to help us out at this point. But I do need to get one more spell here that maybe I should have bought before, but whatever. I want to buy Curaga for Yunita there, because Curaga has a bonus effect to it where it automatically targets all of your allies already. So you don't necessarily need to wait a turn for like a white mage using Health Giver or something to make your cure spell target everyone. But I almost forgot. I want to save here because this is where I'm going to warp back to make trips in and out of the final dungeon there of the main storyline. But anyway, another reason why I went to Urbeth was also because it's the closest town to the final dungeon, and it has a beach right next to it for us to park Cetus there. Yeah, you can only drop off at beaches with Cetus or, well, in the final dungeon itself. And there's actually one of the towers I think you can't get to without Cetus as well. So yeah, if you see these 4 towers anywhere around the world, on the world map, that I haven't been to yet, just consider them post-game. You insolent fools! What do you mean by that? Hey, where'd my turban go? Well, yeah, the demons in the final dungeon here, the bosses, yeah, they took away all our job classes. So, yeah, we can't even access them anymore. But let's see. Yeah, I can't even use any of my abilities. What's going on here? What is this, Final Fantasy VIII? Close enough. But I do want to bind my white magic spells, even though I don't have my job classes. Well, I gotta take what I can get. But how are we gonna defeat all these demons out here without our job classes? Find out next time on Let's Play the 4 Heroes of Light. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.